Hey, this is Carl and welcome to December. This is our last community newsletter memo of 2019. So this has been a spectacular year. Thank you a million times to the people who have been with us the whole year, and especially those who have renewed their memberships. We have so much going on. It's always very cool, and I appreciate your participation. So first big announcement, some of you have already heard this, but starting next year, so starting January 1st, everybody in the universe except you is going to pay $299 for the 5-week classes over at Great Little Seminar. It's still a great opportunity. I mean, the 5-week classes have been super popular and have been more popular every year that we've offered them. And they've been in this year, they've been $259, so they're going to $299. But if you're a member of the Small Biz Thoughts community, you get them for $99 each, which means you're going to save $200 every 5-week class. We have 10 of those classes next year, so the value of your membership is a minimum of $2,000. So if you're not a member today, you absolutely should join that. Also, if you renewed your annual membership, then you get those classes 100% free, $0 Or talk to Kara, our community leader. If you converted from monthly to annual, Kara will give you a code that allows you to get all of those classes absolutely free. So huge benefit. Our goal here is to try to keep the prices as reasonable as possible and to give you as much more information and value as we can. So lots of changes on the class front. Important safety tip, Lori's class for November and December, I guess beginning of December. Lori's class on a powerhouse of one has been ridiculous. It has been absolutely phenomenal. So this class has struck a chord with people. I think that we've hit on something that has been a pent-up demand for a long time. So she's talking about how she built a 2-state operation worth over $300,000 a year, close to $350,000 a year with no employees. And so, you know, it blew out all of our attendance records for the entire year. So that's a huge thing. We hope that's a trend of having a lot of people in the community join those classes at no additional charge or at only $99 each. That's a massive benefit to you, but it's also something that focuses completely on how you be more successful. Literally, click by click, how do you get the most out of your activity in business? And, you know, she's got a lot of really great stuff. And so please check it out. If you haven't seen it, that's cool. The class will be offered again next year. Our next class is going to be on managing the service board. So if you don't have a service board, or if you think that you probably should get some extra value out of it, please join that class, Managing Your Service Board. Starts in January. Go check it out at greatlittleseminar.com. $99 to members or free if you are one of the annual members. So anyway, check all that out. Kind of a side note, we're not having a December 3-week course, but I'm totally open to any ideas you have about what 3-week courses we should be offering. Like, what do you need in your business to be more successful? The only complaint I've ever had about this community is people saying, oh, I don't have time to take advantage of it. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. And there's such an irony in that. You know, there's an old saying about, you know, you have to stop mopping the floor so you've got time to fix the roof. And that's exactly what it is with small business. If you are so completely overwhelmed that you don't have time to fix your own company, to do the things you know for a fact you need to do, call me, call Kara, email us. I will set up a meeting with you. I'm happy to give you a 20-minute coaching call just to help you figure out how to get moving in the right direction. It really is our goal to make you more successful. So, engage us, call us help you. If you are stuck on anything, let me know. Member of a community, not member of the community, I don't care. I give you that 20-minute coaching call, and we'll talk about where you can go and how you can get moving. The hardest part about moving any unmovable object is to get that first little bit, whether it's pushing a car or pushing a rock. Once you get it moving, life becomes a lot easier, but you got to go from stop to start, and that's what we want to help you with. So give us a call. We have a new audio program, so if you haven't checked it out, Managing Your Service Business, we have an entire audio program called Streamline Your Managed Service Business. That's available for download in the community. It's not available anywhere else, so you can't buy it. You can't go purchase it anywhere. I'm not putting it on Audible. I'm not putting it on my website. I'm not putting it on my blog. It's in the community. So if you're a community member, please go to classes and seminars and download it. There's a link in the community newsletter that you're going to receive. If you're not a member of the community, sign up and Carol will get in touch with you and walk you through how to get the most out of the community. So our big announcement for our November meeting. So last week we had our final Friday meeting, and our big announcement was our community awards. So the member of the year, is David Strite. So David is one of these people that just digs in and participates and participates and participates. He has attended almost every meeting we've ever had, in person or over the internet. He's attended almost every class we've had. He downloads all the information. He tries things out. He calls us and says, hey, how can you help me with this? He engages us in conversations. He emails Kara and, helps to find information in the community. Basically, he's fully engaged in using this community to improve his business. And if you go watch the community meeting, the recording from November, you will see him talking about how he has grown his business dramatically in 1 year because he's taken the advice he's found in this community. So go check that out, but also consider how you can improve your business by engaging us. And there were a lot of people. I can name like 4 people who were runners-up for Member of the Year. So maybe one of them will get it next year. But anyway, congratulations to David from New Jersey. And I told the story how we actually ended up making 3 copies of his award by accident. So I'm going to send him a couple more copies of that. Other winners. Our community leader of the year is my very good friend, Josh Lieberman. So Josh is from Albuquerque, and he loves to attend meetings. And some people look at him and say, how can you run a business when you are constantly at Channel Pro or at ASCII or TechFest or somewhere else? And the answer is he's got his stuff dialed in, right? He knows how to run a business. He knows how to be successful. And yet, we see him at these meetings asking questions all the time and challenging speakers and saying, hey, you know what? Here's my experience in the real world. Talk to that. And basically, he forces the meeting to be about his company. He forces people to give him value, to make it valuable for him to be in the room that day. And I am blessed to say he does the same thing in this community. So whether you choose to speak up in a meeting, choose to raise your hand, choose to ask a question, you can pretty much rely on Josh to be the person who asks the question you were hoping to ask, who makes the challenge you were hoping to make, who doesn't let speakers or trainers or anybody get away with just making a claim and having nothing to back it up. So Josh is exactly what we are looking for in a community leader, and we're grateful to have him around, so we give him a nice chunk of lucite to put on his shelf. Finally, our employee of the year is Kara. So Kara Schoonveld works with us. She started with me just over 2 years ago. And is actually this month, it'll be a couple of years. And she has grown to be a primary web developer, a marketing assistant. She helps me with all kinds of stuff. Sometimes I come up with marketing ideas and she says, I'm not sure that fits well with your brand. And so that's a really good indicator for me that she gets my brand. She knows how I want to show up in this community and in the broader technology community. When I first hired her, one of the things I said is, hey, you know, we have this program for running online classes, this learning management system. It cost me hundreds of dollars. I've owned it for many years. I renew the licensing every year, and I've never used it because it's a project. It's this huge, big, monstrous thing. Can you make this happen, make it look good? And, you know, it's got to have this combination of figure it out and make the website look good. And so she said, hey, well, here's what we should do. Let's do the 3-week classes in the community with that software. And once we figure it out, then we'll transition over all of the 5-week classes. And literally, boom, that's exactly what we did. So in the last 6 months, we've gotten completely away from our old system and now are 100% on the new system. In fact, we are using it for customized training for vendors as well. So Kara is responsible for that. She's responsible for the idea and the execution and many, many other things. She really is an amazing person that I'm lucky to have on staff, and so she is our Employee of the Year. Not that I don't love my other employees. I got some great employees. So some of you have talked to Ruben or interacted with Ruben, who does most of the website development for larger websites like the community. And Dylan helps me a lot with Google Ads, and I'm trying to figure out how to get him engaged in maybe helping you with some training around Google Ads, but it's it's so complicated. I can't even understand how half of the stuff he does works, but he understands it, and that's what's important. And Crystal. Crystal is both my niece and my administrative assistant, and she charges me 10 or 20 hours a week, or I don't even know what she does, but it doesn't matter. She helps me do all the social media reach out and helps all of that piece of the business work. So that allows me to go do what I need to do. Anyway, it was a great month. Thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you to everybody who renews every month their subscription and all the people who renewed their annual subscriptions. My next newsletter is going to come out the first week of January. So in the meantime, I wish you Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, all the good stuff. I hope you have a great, great holiday season, a great new year. Stay safe, hug your children, and put a pin in 2019, because this has been a spectacular year for many people, including your clients. And I look forward to helping you be even more successful in 2020. For everybody at Small Biz Thoughts, this is Carl Palchuk wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.